Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 200th edition of Investdata Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. I'll say thank you for being with us for this is 200th edition of this online live class. I want to appreciate you all for your time and also for your encouragement. Yes, as we speak now, the market and the global scene remain choppy. I mean choppy up and down. We saw yesterday that most of the markets were missed, but they closed positive at the end of the day. This morning, that same trend has started. We are seeing that all eyes are on the expected no macroeconomic data that is going to come from the eurozone, and also trying to hear from the minutes from Fed to see as regard to what monetary policy of the Federal Reserve Committee. All these are what is the market now, and also as investors in that eurozone try to digest the this fresh economic data that is being released, and also the one they are expecting. In US, all eyes are also on GDP report that is coming on Thursday, like I told you yesterday. These are the factors driving the market as we speak. But the good thing is that in Europe, we are seeing that market open slightly in green, and it still maintain that. But see, there was a little kind of wavering this morning on that market. But because of this expectation, in US is really in a mixed situation now. The market there is also mixed as we speak at this hour. And I'll tell you, for US, I think the eyes are still on. Let's watch and see this data. Yes, if you look at the US in S&P, S&P has finally break out the downtrend, the sign of us recovering. But the outcome of the next MPC meeting, next Fed meeting, sorry, will also determine how this market in that matured economy will also behave. But I believe that as all eyes are on this data, investors around the globe are also adjusting their position, looking at the earnings that are managing from this domain. These numbers are missed, and some of them are also encouraging. That is why we are seeing the up and down. And this is the reason why I emphasize that as a trader or investor, because the market where you play is never a one-sided market. The volatility is what creates what the opportunity there. But for you to know why the company is going down, it's also very, very important. Why is it going up? That's very, very important. If it's like trending, what are the factors that would make it to break out either up or down? These are the things that will guide you. And that is why, whenever we're in this class, I use my price action, I use momentum, and also market timing to know exactly what is happening. That's why in every day in this class, you see, we go through most of the multiple time frame to look at where the market is going. Also, is done on individual stock. Yesterday, we discussed on how to trade earnings with technical analysis, which we got insight of what to do. But now that earnings are already hitting the market, you need to also watch what is the sentiment of the people as these numbers are coming. Are they positive sentiment or negative sentiment? And which the chart you are reading or you are watching, which I said Victoria chart that tells you the attitude and the behavior and the sentiment of these people, their psychology. You need to look at this to see how they are responding to all this information that are coming to the market. Once you're able to understand how they respond, you also make informed decision using your chart, because I will tell you that fundamental is good in equity investment. In any decision you are taking, fundamental is good, but the action, the attitude of people at that particular time. Like I said, a company fundamental will be good, even economy data fundamental will be good. Market will not be moving at that, because if there's no liquidity in the market, also there's a time like I said that market will disconnect from the economic reality, because there are some things going on in the market that either liquidity or what they are expecting. The economy might be disconnected, but still, you need to know how to relate. That is why your emphasis or knowledge you need to acquire this year is your word. You have to read your chart. Your tech analysis is a good thing that you look that way. And that is why we are cut off in Investdata to always provide this insight of tech analysis compared with fundamental. We are in the two. But we know that for you to be a successful investor, you must know how to combine. I say must. When I say must, for you to be a successful, unless you are want to be the type that you gain today. Oh, you recorded dividend, you don't want to move. If you want to be successful, so you can do it and be on the winner side more, and the other side, you must know how to combine these two analysis. You must stand on the two legs. You will not stand on one. Also, I want to stand on fundamental. I know fundamental. No, you must also go for knowledge for technical, and also improve your knowledge on fundamental too. If you have not gotten the real knowledge to look at the numbers, and that is why in there those that attend our question and answer, it has been rebranded for another direction so that it will aid you this year. We'll bring speakers, guest speakers to talk on different issues. The first one we got one of the experts in the market, known veteran in the market to talk about how to trade earnings and how to open out to make that one. Then I fully talk with technical analysis, how to trade earnings with technical analysis. Also, by next month, we'll also be having another guest to come. And that means if you are not in that group, you need to take advantage of it. Also, as we speak now, two stock again has broken out what they are resistance level, entering what a good buy range, a good buy what base for people to take. And you need to know this stuff. But for those that are in that group, they take advantage of all this. That's why you also want to join that group. So at the end of discussion, we also know stock to take position when when you, and also the buy rate you should take and the stop loss, your worst profitable target, and also will be given to you in that class. That is why you need to make sure that you join they take advantage of the jumbo pack that they are still not subscribing. Take advantage because that jumbo pack after end of this quarter it will go back to the normal price of 70K for what for those that are afraid to take advantage. But you will see that as the years going into the year, we need to take our strategy and you need also to rub mind with others. Yes, you can't be a one island that know it all. No, as you rub mind with people, they ask questions, you learn. That's good also to improve your portfolio. Yeah, back to the market. This for me, we see that the global market at speed is very choppy and also mixed, good. But I'll tell you that the market in Asia continue to to kind of extend its bullish run, despite also its team. When I mean team, the volume activity is there because of what the holiday of the New Year holiday they are observing there. But that Asia market is still remain what positive. But we're seeing a team volume and a team activities there, not too because of the holiday they are observing. Can see. But if you look at also the oil price also I tell you is still making despite it's oscillating up and down. But as to speak now, oil is trading at 88.17 dollars per barrel. This is a good one on the heat of what the rebounding of what China economy. And not only that, also this crisis or conflict in Russia and and Ukraine has also helped matter in that. And don't forget that this is also what is putting pressure on energy prices. And also for that, like I said it last week, that for those sectors, especially the oil sector, the energy sector, I see that the same trend we saw last year going to repeat here because as we speak, nobody knows when the Ukraine and Russia war will come and end. It can end tomorrow, which is good to our desire for everybody to so that the economy will find another direction entirely. But if this war continues, I will tell you, we'll be seeing this up and down. But I believe that what has happened in Ukraine and Russia also is changing also the psychology of investors in the market. Also, we know where to be. But another thing I should also make clear that the people are saying the fear of recession. Fear of recession is there. I believe that in any economy, in any cycle, there's always up and down, both technically and also the economy. The economy has five cycles, I will tell you people, and also the market also the same thing. In any of these cycles, there's a strategy. That's why I say in any market situation, both economy and what you see, there's always a stock or a sector that can give you money. That's why for those that really want to take advantage of recession-proof stocks, you can also log into that the buy and sell signal. There are such stocks are already listed there that if you really want to start edging against such fear, there are those stocks that will help you to edge. They are already there too. You can when you log in, when you scroll down, you can also see it. That's why you as a we are really out to make sure that we guide investors profitably this year and also beyond by God's grace, so that at the end of the day, we'll all be at the winning page. Because that is what we want, and that's the essence of this life plan, so that we'll carry along what is happening in the market. Yes, come back to Africa. I think that Africa market is also mixed, but here in Nigeria, I think that our market is also choppy at the same time on what it's a raging market. Raging market that with strong momentum here. The market is also slightly in green this morning. We have not seen a kind of a leap or a strong trigger or kind of a push where it is now. Market is still also start trending or what we call a ranging market. But the good thing is that the momentum behind our market now is still very, very strong. And I don't believe that the outcome of MPC meeting will kind of boost this momentum. It's very, very strong. If the market is doing this at this time, even yesterday, there's that filler already coming. And that's why we are seeing it. But I believe that at the end of the MPC meeting, the outcome will also see where the market will go. And I believe that by 2 o'clock today, we should also be hearing the communicate from this meeting. That will also guide us to know what the next step. And don't forget that tomorrow also we are seeing to see the treasury bill primary market option also be holding. We have seen for the last 4 option that rate and yield has continued to decline. Then the outcome of MPC meeting today and what will happen tomorrow will also have a way of adding what momentum to the market depending on the outcome. But I believe that if you are really trying to mop up money from the circulation and at the same time releasing money at the same time. All these are way of making sure that the monetary policy has effect going to the future. But it doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that at this time you can do increase rate and also tight the economy. At the same time, we are putting money. I think at the end of today's meeting, we know the wisdom. The MPC committee are using also where they are going from their decision. That is what. And as we speak, again, before going to looking at the chart, we look at the market, you can see that we are seeing more earnings coming to the market on the account. We saw notification from a Coverton of appointment of new CFO in the market in their company, which is good. And also we saw the life of that Union Dicon releasing on a digital account, but the number I will tell you this number is missed as we speak. There's no revenue in that feature that was released for Union Dicon, but also we saw the secure electronic and technology also number was also released, and this number also were missed because we saw the top line was in green marginally and the down line was also in red. These companies are not too active in the market, but the one that will interest you and I is the one that came from Unilever. Like I told you yesterday that we expect to see on the trade account for Unilever yesterday, but it come this morning or yesterday evening. But you can see that that's why you already want to listen to the date of expect. I said this week we expect to see on the trade account see board meeting of many companies that will also be approving their unaudited account, and those that also be operating their audited and sent to their regulators, the banks. The one that I expect to see Access Bank, the Access Corp meeting and the Zenith Bank meeting this week. YUB have postponed their own to on the 13th of February, which I updated yesterday. But as we speak now, the result that interests me most here is one that came from Unilever. Unilever was seen improved performance in their last quarter, which also has impacted the company full year 2022. That's why that here the numbers we are seeing is unaudited account, but we will have insight now what is expected to come at the end of the day from this company. It's a good thing that despite the last number that came from the Q3, I saw that the company earnings was kind of slide into a negative position. But the last quarter of the year, that's why I say there's something that comes with the last quarter of the year. There are some companies that take advantage of that first period, and high volume of activities to also make more. That's why I said I know in analysis that look at those companies that will benefit from the ESG way, it's going to impact what on their bottom line. If you look at the full year result of Unilever that came to the market, I'll tell you that this number is an impressive number. Yes, there might be one thing on there, but as it is now, looking at the position from Q3, I'll tell you this number is a good number from them, and also it can support the dividend payout. But the dividend payout might not be enough to support the price as to speak. But it gives an insight if it continue in the new year, in this current financial year, where the company is heading to. For those that really understand what I mean, that's why you need to also take your technical analysis to combine and see what happened. I can see a good reaction to that number this morning. It's not that can this not, but they have seen improvement in that number. That also show you how investors are waiting to see these numbers and how the direction is going to be. Also, yes, there's no tomorrow liquidity, but because our market is really in the hands of local investors and also institutional investors here, we expect that when these numbers come, we might see little reaction to it. But also watch your technical analysis to tell you how the sentiment is in the market so that you know exactly how to respond, also to watch your position is very, very important. Yeah, if you look at the revenue for the year ended December 31st, 2022, I will tell you that the company posted 88.72 billion against 70.52 billion in 2021. That is about 25% up. This is a good number. If I see it in a strong number, see a company with a top line of this magnitude, which is where they are going, because above 20 for me is a good one. Coming from a fast moving consumer goods, I would tell you it's a good one. But see 25% up. The PAT also moved from 3.41 billion to 5.99 billion. That's about 76% up for that period. EPS also moved in that direction, was translated to 1 naira 4 kobo from 59 kobo earning per share in 2021 for the full year. And also only where you know that cost also is eating into this company operation. If you look at for the full year, the profit margin also is below 10% or 15%, which I tell you that it's not too attractive. But tell you that the cost of operation is there. For the full year ended 22, for the PAT profit margin is just 6.75%. Very, very poor for me. And you can see that last year was 4.84, which is good that there's a growth from 4.8, but still it's still not too attractive for for what I expect today. But if you look at the share initial or the shareholding structure, which is very, very key again, that we know, you look at this company, we know that about 75% of this company share is in the hand of Unilever overseas. You should know that Stanbic IBTC is about 4.3 or 4.4% of the company. You know, it took a share of about 50, about 5.47 billion shares. You understand what I mean here? But one thing again that to cross your mind is that if you look at the company result, the other incomes came from what the traditional service what agreement. Now about almost 123.68 million against last year, 37 point. You can see the kind of impact, and this agreement is between the University, CMSN Nigeria Limited and the overseas, Unilever. It's a good one that is also reflecting on their number. Subsequently, we want to watch how it's going to impact. But if you look at the operating cost also, operating cash flow for the period, yes, we saw a decline from about 20.1 billion to 12.46 billion. You can also look at it. If they continue, if the company number earnings is looking up and cash flow is declining, it also give a sense. But we want to watch, cannot conclude that yes, let's see how the activities will be, because this for the full year ended 2022 was seen as a decline compared to what in terms of what cash flow. Because let's watch, because earnings is looking up while cash flow is what is slowing down. From what we saw from this data, moving from 20.1 billion to down to what to 12.46 or 12.5 billion. You need to also look at it. But like I said when I mentioned about the last quarter is very strong. Look at the last quarter, the last 3 months for Unilever. That is where you see I see a good number here that also that is what supported to write the loss we saw in Q3 2022 for Unilever. Their last 3 quarter alone, we saw a revenue growth about 15% in revenue growth from 20.85 billion to 23.95 billion for that quarter. And PAT moved from 3.88 billion to 6.34 billion, representing about 63% up. That is a good one. And why the EPS moved from 68 kobo to 110 kobo. This is for on a quarter basis. For their full year, which I mentioned, it was from 59 kobo to 1 naira 4 kobo. You can see the impact of this last quarter on the company. Why the company profit margin for the last quarter moved from 18.61 to 26.47. You can see that the last quarter, that's why you as an analyst or as an investor or a trader, you need to factor all this in, because there are some companies that the last quarter of the year, because of the nature of the first period and high consumption and high activities, it has a way of impacting this company. For me, this number is a good one for Unilever, and for investors that are in this kind of stock, you know why you are there. If you are a long-term investor, but I say that this number is pointing to somewhere that is also positive for the company. That means you as a trader, on the strength of the number coming from Unilever, I think there's possibility of dividend. But like I said earlier, dividend might not support the price, because it's not like I said we're almost 12 naira and your full year earning per share is less than 1 naira 50 kobo, around 1 naira 4 kobo. I don't know how much you're going to pay, unless you go to pay the whole 1 naira. I know also knowing that foreign investor at about 75.96% of the company. It's possible. Go and check the history of Nigeria. Most companies will have foreign investors. They always pay most of their earnings out, because they want to replace it back. But what they are doing, because they are finding it difficult to put their money away, they are also reinvesting this money into the company. This is why it's possible they can pay 1 naira out of this 1 naira 4 kobo, or pay 80 kobo, but it depends on what on the account. This is another account. Let's wait to see them. But from this move now, it tells you that between now and end of 31st of March, you expect to see the audited account of Unilever. For me, it's a good move for the company, and it's a good end of the year from what we are seeing now. For me, there's no cause for alarm for investors on this stock, but just let figures and your tech analysis guide you when you're taking your decision on this stock. Yeah, this is for me on Unilever. Quick one, we want to look at the market now. Let's go to the market. Look at what is happening in the market. As we speak now, market is slightly down. Again, you can see the market is down by 0.09%. The market is trading around 52,604 basic point index, or the point that is what now. Market is down by 53.09, present by 0.09%. Then you can see that despite the slowdown, market is still on a positive market breadth. Tell you that as market is on it's choppy, very choppy, and at the same time are trending or ranging. You can see that we're still seeing strong momentum. As we speak, we have a 9 gainers against 11, 9 gainer against 7 losers in the market. And if you look at the top losers as we speak now, I see that Nigeria Brewery is the one leading there, almost 10%, 9.something% down, followed by Champs. That's also Corvey Business Solution. You can see ICO and the Transcorp. These are the top 5 losers as we speak now. Then, if you look at the Ghana chart, it's very, very important to note. The Ghana chart, consider Unilever is also leading in that part, with a 9.9% up, trading around 12 naira 20 kobo, 1 naira 10 kobo up. You can see impact of positive number, as it hit the mark, despite it's not coming with what with a corporate action as we speak. You can see, APC Transport sustaining the momentum yesterday. You can also see International Energy, also on the Guinness chart. You can see Cornerstone and mutual benefit. You can see that the insurance company, low cap stock at one dominating. Here you can see the life of assets there. You can see a GT code there, but that they are not among the top. These are also high, the blue chip companies that are there. Despite that, we are seeing the low cap stock, the insurance company and low cap stock, Kuku stock dominating. Apart from Unilever, there are still other blue chip companies below. As I mentioned, Access, Zenith Bank, GT code. They are still in that category. As we speak now, this is the position of the market. I want to quickly go to our chart to see how the market can take look at the performance of these companies before our time is fast spent. Let's quickly look at the chart as we speak now. Normally, how we start to look at all those indicators. But before I call indicator, I want to just point out to you on this chart. You can see that is why I said yesterday when you are trading earnings that you must look at identify your support level and your resistance level. I mentioned the trend line is very, very important, and also your moving average, which you also analyzing what the candlestick performance, the pattern. The candlestick pattern is very, very important. Very, very important. Here, what I'm coming is that I want to look at. You can see this point where my cursor is here. Here is a support level after the market has touched this level and came down, and also market also came down and break out this support level and continue the uptrend. It came again, it formed another support level here before it move up, and I can see that this place that support level is now turning as a resistance, and the market is recovering from an uptrend, from a downtrend here. Up and down, these two places that have turned what we call resistance. These are support level when the market was making uptrend here, but now they are turned towards resistance level when we are seeing. That's why you need to look at resistance and support level to see market try to break out. That's why I say is it a breakout or a fake out? If you read one of my articles, but here you can see that market try to break out the 52,500 something after touching 2,712. Let's start trending. Yes, but the good thing that this side trending was seeing a strong momentum behind this side trending. That is what kept us waiting, and also believing that after the end of MPC meeting or the outcome of MPC today, and also that of Treasury bill probably offering tomorrow, we might see where the market move from. But I know before the market close, if more filler come to the market, we might see an uptrend or any information that comes will give the market direction where it's going. But I can see that market is very strong from here, and that's why I said let me make this one clear. Like the trend line I discussed there, how to trade earnings. You must to draw your trend line here and see where the market is going. It's very, very key. You can see it here. This trend line is very, very important. You know how trend line comes about. It must touch two it must touch at least 2 points. Two basic. You can see I touch here, here you can see it, and it continue. Then also you can also come up here, take this line, because this is a downtrend, which you know that market has broken it out before now. And that's why I say trend line can also be used for you to catch up, where the market is going. This is like what I discussed yesterday. I'm not trying to refresh your mind so that you can see the action, the impact of all this chart and all the stuff. Here also you cannot see that this is also for here. You can take this up here, down here. You can see it also touching towards 2 points. You can see it from here, 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 or you can see this is what we call it a bullish channel and uptrend. Why this one? Take another line here, down here. That is where you have a bearish channel or a downtrend. You can see that market has been in this mode before. After touching all this, came down. 5. You can see 1, 2, 3. 4. You can see that when it was coming down from first of all break out this, can see that market continues. That's why I said this have turned what, a resistance level. Once market is able to break it out at the end of today or the end of the week, that's a new trend. Once market breaks 53,000 mark, I will tell you on the strength of anything that will comment. My see market also breaking out the last resistance that was 54,212. Also, in this market, that's why you need to keep your finger crossed and don't panic for any trend that you are seeing, but rather be in good stock, but don't forget to take profit when you are in profit. Yes, let's call on our indicators for our analysis. I don't want to refresh your mind. That's why I said you don't joke with what your trend line, your resistance and support level to know the value area, and use your candlestick, what we call a price action or price structure, to also know where you are in the market and also take advantage of the market sentiment, or where this T line is important of as an important of knowing when to buy and when to sell, because it will help you to read what the momentum, the sentiment in the market at any given time. Also, because when you see that the price action or index action is above the T line, say that market is strong. But when it's below the T line, say that sell position, people are taking profit, the market is weak. Once you see that above it, you can see that that is going to be that market is strong. You can see all the way from here, you can see that it has been above the T line. You can see it sustain it. But when it was coming down, you can see it come down, above it, a breakout, come down, breakout was still going to make a downtrend. You can see that there's a difference between this little channel down and this channel. These are the things which you also capitalize when you are looking at the chart to also help you to identify a breakout and when possibly when to make a money buy decision or sell decision is very, very important when you are charting. Let's quickly call other indicators here. I want to look at the momentum indicators we have got. Let me look at that. Stochastic here is different from the momentum indicator that those that attended the class at the video. This is a normal stochastic reading, but for the one we use in our class is the momentum indicator that we have changed. But here, because it's on the site, we cannot change it. But for those that use the one, I will also show you the sample right now. Check if that is open. But if not open tomorrow, I'll show you so that I can see how to know where the momentum is and what is happening, that you as investor will also understand what I mean. Let's quickly look at the money flow, and that is what I need for today. Okay, after that, you don't need to crowd your chart. Also look at the indicator that work for you, that you understand how to interpret it is, and that will also give you a good edge when you are taking your decision. Here, if you look at the money flow here, money flow is down, but the good thing is that it's still above 50. But you can see where it's coming from, almost 99, 100, 99 something. You can see here it's coming down, and that shows that what the market is arranging here. You can see it here when the market pulled out here, the day at a loss. You can see that was when they making that journey down. You can see it here, but since then it has not come up. But this is not a momentum indicator. This was a stochastic indicator, not compared to a momentum or what we call a cycle, cycle indicator for those that know what I'm saying. But here you can see that for stochastic, you can see that it's trying to come up. But for those that use the stochastic and or use the RSI, you can say that at this point it's oversold region that you need to sell. That is why quickly come down. That is oversold region, need to buy. At this oversold region, people say overbought region, sorry, up here. The market maintain an uptrend. If you have jumped out of the market, you will also be enjoying this rally. But now it has come down here. This for stochastic normal reading. Let's say it's oversold region. The market is bound to go up. I agree with you to a level, but why I agree, because my momentum have told me that momentum behind the market is still very, very strong. Now, even when the money flow is looking down, and we see that it's already at oversold region according to stochastic reading, the way they read can see. But on that momentum indicator, we don't know what is oversold. What you can look at the momentum, is the very momentum. Also, you can see that even as markets are trending or ranging here, it still remain above the T line. Say that market is still other. If you are seeing a positive oversold region here to go up, that is also support that this continue to go up, a breakout up or down. But I see that this is a good one. Like market has oversold here, that means we might see fund coming in really at the end of the ongoing NPC today, and also the TGB option. But also, don't forget that globally also we are seeing that if you look at global commodity price or inflation, that global inflation for almost global commodity price for almost 5 months has been on a decline. But the different country or different domain we are seeing different rates. But on the global food prices, you can see for past 5 months have done a decline compared to when the war started in Russia, when prices were hitting a new roof, but now you can see a slowdown. That's why if oil price can remain below $90 or even $80, that will also be a plus for the global economy at large. That's why me for the fear of recession, people should think let's rather take advantage of where you can sector that will do well and take advantage of that sector. That is what we should be doing at this point now. So because of our time, yes, I believe that you are getting from what I discussed now. Let's really look at what is happening in Unilever and also Nigeria Brewery. Where are they going from there? That will also help you to take your decision. Unilever Nigeria. Let's look at it and also take advantage of what is strength, where the momentum, where is it going from here, so that you can. This is the chart for Unilever Nigeria. You can see that a strong, a strong green candle, positive candle, and see that above the T line. I can see it's far from the T line. Also, it's a sign almost 10% up, which also your stochastic oscillator is also looking at over sold region. They're coming up now, and money flow is also moving up around 50, which is good. Once it cross 50, it's like a good trend. You can see that for me, there's a trend here. For those that are in this stock, know what to do. Our advice for those that are holding for profit, you can also wait when you make another 9%, that's 18%. Nothing stop it for selling. For dividend income investors, you need to wait to see the corporate action at the end of the day. This is what is the situation of Unilever now. But let me check 1 hour chart before I look at the MB. 1 hour chart, you can see it has been up. 1 hour chart, a good volume also there coming. Also, you can see that MACD, sorry, you can see that money flow is still looking up, and stochastic also is looking up on this direction. Quick one, let's look at MB, Nigeria Brewery, before we call it a day because of our time. Continue our discussion tomorrow, hopefully by God's grace. You can see what I'm saying. These are just, I'm not recommending, I'm just trying to show you the chart pattern so that you understand the importance of, like, you can see that in the last 2 hours, you can see that this stock has been on what? On a sell-off that has traded below the T line, and see where the stochastic is also looking, and money flow is also looking down below what? Below 20. You can see this is for 1 hour chart for Nigeria Brewery. Yeah, you can see. And also on a day chart, you can see for yourself below the T line, consider below the T line where it is and where the money flow is looking at. And this tell you can see difference between the chart of Unilever and that of what and of MB that guide you when you're taking investment and what you also should watch out as a trader or investor in the market. On this note, I say thank you. See you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your trading.